So guys, on today's video I have this amazing 2005 Lexus RX330, and what's cool about it, that's a Thundercloud Edition, and I didn't recognize what kind of edition is that when I bought the car. So I bought the car because it's 2005, low mileage, 103,000 miles, and it's a one owner, it's super clean. Sometimes, believe me or not, it's like something clicking inside me and I want to buy something from 90s or 2000s just because those cars are built insanely great and it's a good quality car. It's totally different from the new era, all the new cars, and it's just in great condition. It's so hard to find older car in great condition, great shape like that. So I bought this Lexus, and only after I bought it I just recognized there is something different on the rims, and I wouldn't do the video about this car if it wouldn't be special edition Thundercloud Lexus RX330. Let's go. I do remember like 10-15 years ago, this car used to be so popular, on a high demand, and a lot of people been trying to buy the SUV. The Lexus still kind of demand SUV. It's great for the family, it's great for your pocket, and most of the time Lexus is not giving any problems to the owners. I mean, as long as you're doing maintenance on time. This car has V6 engine, 3.3, and has 230 horsepower, so it's not bad, and all-wheel drive Lexus is gonna give you about 18-20 mpg, which is really good for a 20 years old SUV. So by looking outside, how can you find out if the Lexus has a navigation? The older Lexuses has this Navi satellite antenna on the top of the roof. If you don't have a navigation, you're not gonna have that antenna on the Lexus. That's usually the way you can find out if the car has a navigation or not. What's the most common problem on the Lexus, and what's the difference on this edition and just regular RX? I'm gonna show it to you right now. Usually all the Lexuses, especially the old one, they do have a problem with leather. So the leather, it's super soft and it's kind of sensitive, so it's falling apart, and sometimes, most of the times, even the newer Lexuses, you have to take it to a upholstery shop to replace those pieces. But this one, it's all original, nobody did any upholstery on that, and I'm not gonna even paint it. Yeah, maybe need some love and some paint job on the seats right here, because Lexus famous known for its sensitive leather, but not bad at all for 2005. And that's the Thundercloud Edition. So we got the black wood trim right here, right there in the middle, and the steering wheel. And just a reminder, you have a special edition Lexus, even the floor mats have that Thundercloud Edition sign on it. So on the back of the car we got a lot of space, we got a nice door panels, they are super clean, and yes, the floor getting yellow over the years because just people not cleaning it on time, so the stain getting there forever. Again, older Lexuses, they are famous for this carpet problem, and usually you have to replace it or paint it. That's what some upholstery shops do. And if you're taking the car and you're asking to do something with this floor, they're just gonna spray paint it, and that's it. They kind of trying to fool you, but it's not foolish, it's just a way you can fix it, or you can order it from the dealer. I don't know if you still can order it for 2005 from the dealer and how much it's gonna cost, but I never done it myself before. So it is a comfortable seat, it is a comfortable ride in this car. We have a huge compartment right here to put some stuff if you have to. There is a cup holders, that's for sure. The climate control, those vents, they are, I would say so, okay for the back seats. And the coolest part about the interior for this Lexus RX, that's armrest box. So we got the same buttons as in trunk, but instead of one button we got two. It's close and open, so when we push and open, It opens up and stays like that. We have to push close and those doors is gonna close. How cool is that? I mean, the cars from 90s and 2000s, it is something different. We're never gonna see the cars like that again. And I think the same quality as this Lexus, we're not gonna see the Lexuses anymore. It's all gonna be hybrids, it's all gonna be technology, screens and that kind of stuff. So this old generation Lexuses is just, I mean, I love them so much. It's kind of different type of cars if you love them like me. So before I'm gonna go under the hood and see what's going on there, I want to show you this stuff. So you can cover it to illuminate like lots of buttons on the dashboard, or why they did that. Why they did that for. AFS off, your fuel tank, and also you got some stuff, you got some pockets right here for your cold drinks. Power steering column, for sure it should be on the Lexus. Let's open the hood and see what's going on there. Besides the engine compartment itself, I want to go under the car because right now I do have my my camera, so I can film it myself and I can show you a lot of stuff what's going on with this car. So from any side of this Lexus, I like those form. I like that kind of bubble on the SUV. Let's see what's happening right here under the hood. Easy access. What do you want to do? You want to do the oil change, you want to check the level inside your transmission. Not a problem. When it's getting dirty, when you not see red fluid, it's time to replace it. But looks like this car been taken care really good, because there is an oil change sticker on the windshield, and the oil itself, it's clean inside the transmission and inside the engine. How come I cannot put that dipstick back? I got it. Now let's see here. So we got the coolant, air filter. You can replace it yourself if you want to. The battery, easy access, check the fuses. The brake fluid, even the brake fluid, it's not that bad. It's almost light. Usually they all dark, but this one is kind of light. So I think they either replace it. I don't think it's an original one. I think they replaced it before. As always, million hoses on the 2000s and 90s Toyotas and Lexus. There is some air recirculation going on, so basically for your performance or for your better MPG. The throttle body intake, and right here let's see what's going on with the oil itself. So the oil inside the engine is clean. Like I said, there is a sticker on the windshield. Looks like they replaced it recently, and after the detail, engine looks really good. Believe me or not, this car is so clean inside. Even after the detail, I mean before the detail it was not maybe so clean, but right now after detail I want to take my shoes off before I'm getting inside the car. It's such a nice and clean, it smells so good. And if you know that feeling when the old Lexuses or old Toyotas, you know, smelling inside, they're all kind of same. What I recognize, even the Subaru, all the Subarus, the new one, the older one, doesn't matter, they all smell the same. But why I like 2000s and 90s cars a lot? Because I like the way it built. I like all the plastics, I like the door panels, I like especially the Lexuses. They're not making any of those weird noises most of the time. Again, if the car in great shape, I like the way it drives. I like the way it costs the maintenance for this car, because oil change, the filters, the brake pads, it's kind of nothing. It's a main maintenance routine. There is nothing serious going on. I know there has been a lot of complaints, especially about RX, about the brakes. So the rotor's going bad, the pads are wearing kind of too often. But again, it's not big deal, you know, compared to the whole car, to the beautiful SUV Lexus, it's kind of nothing. And one of the most common problem, that's going to be the blower motor. Blower motor just stopped working suddenly, and you have to hit it a couple times, maybe it's going to start working again. And I know those problems, it's most of the time in California, so Priuses, Toyotas and Lexuses, especially the older one, they do have a problem with blower motor. Again, I think it's not big deal. If you're doing maintenance on time, you're doing the coolant check, you know, the oil check and all that, nothing leaking, you're never gonna have a problem with Lexus, especially with Lexus RX. GS, it's about the same. They run like forever, 200,000 miles. It's nothing for this engine and for this car. So let's see how spacious this car. And as a one owner, 100,000 miles, 2005, this car has all the options, and basically even the trunk cover, it's not missing, it's still original, in a great shape. And I always was wondered why they doing this, why they cannot just do the extension on the top of that. They have to do this weird stuff. Most of the older cars, they do have it. So the trunk area, it's pretty nice. There is a lot of places to put your stuff, and those interesting pockets, right? So is there any other car right now has the same pockets in the trunk like Lexus? I don't think so. I think it was really good decision to make one. And see, it goes itself up and stays up, so you can put your stuff wherever you have to hide it and close it, click it, and it's nice. It is super, I would say so, practical about the trunk area. Let's go inside the car and see how the condition of the entire interior. So I'm gonna show you right now something what older BMW or Mercedes is never gonna have. They're not gonna have working sunroof. That's what Toyota and Lexus is actually doing. They're doing something last forever, or almost forever, you know, for a couple decades for sure it's gonna last. So you can tilt it, you can lift it up, you can open it completely. It is nice working sunroof on 2005 Lexus RX. Okay, now we're looking under the car. Can you see any oil leak on this? Honestly, I cannot, and there is no surprise. It's a Lexus, 100,000 miles from 2000s. No rust, no oil leak, no coolant leak, nothing. Suspension in a great shape. I mean, Lexus RX for like, I would say 8,000–9,000, it is a great deal. Так. So let me show you some cool thing about this car. Look, so you basically have to do it on the both side, so you can unlock it and this cover gonna go down. But it's not only that, look at this. I mean, it has a whole system, you know, the way it works. And look on this side, so there is a special like stuff, the one is going through right here, the special rail, right? It's only rail, it's only cover. Why you pay so much attention to do that job? And also look at this light. So we got the light on the left side, and we got I think it's AC vent going to the trunk area in case you have a body here, or you might gonna have a dock on the back of your car. And if I'm gonna compare this to the new Land Cruiser Toyota, it has only two small lights on the corner, two bulbs, so it's more than not enough for the whole trunk area. But in the Lexus, they made it good. So I like those old style Toyotas and Lexus. They just have something different. They differently built, and they built for like decades. You cannot compare this car to something new. You just cannot. It's totally different. So Mark Levinson, as always, Lexuses, most of the time they do have that sound system, and we have a speaker right there on the dashboard. We got the side speakers also, and they're pretty good. I mean, for the 20 years old, it's still working great. The sound system not bad at all. So we got the navigation, and we got the backup camera for 2005, and it's all working great. So the common problem with the dashboard on Lexuses, again, it's same as the seats. They kind of too sensitive, you know, those small cracks on the dashboard you constantly gonna see on the old Lexuses. Even the newer one, they still have the same problem over the years, I mean, especially in California. And some of them, they just drying completely, or some of them I did see they getting sticky. So somehow the glue or the paint, I don't know what it's consists of, but the glue, whatever coming out, so it's getting sticky, and you might gonna buy the cover from whatever place for $40 and put it on the top just to protect the dashboard, but it's actually not protection, it's actually covering the damages. That's what it does. So right here we got the transmission. Automatic transmission on the Lexus is usually it's super kind of durable, and most of the time, again and again, I see it's failing because the oil was leaking, or it was not enough oil, or something else, or it has 200,000 miles. Nobody ever done a transmission oil change, and that's why the transmission gonna fail. Other than that, maintenance on time, Lexus gonna run forever. People just getting tired of Lexuses, that's why they selling. They're not selling because the car is breaking all the time like BMW. No, it's not. They selling because it's just too boring to drive the car, the one not making any problems. So we got heated seats but not cooled, and in 2005 Lexus already been doing cooled and heated seats, but I don't know why this special edition Thundercloud didn't get those cooled seats, right? So right there we got the manual. Yeah, people actually used to read them a lot, not check it on Google it. They used to read them. They used to buy the car, go home, you know, open those books and see what's the maintenance schedule, what's the warranty I got, what's this button for or that button for. And it's manual book. Lexus in a great shape. Sooner or later, I mean, all those books, they're gonna be for sale. They might gonna bring some value, but it's a Lexus. I don't think it's gonna bring any value. So the backup mirror, I would say one of the most, I would say so, practical car for less than 10,000, and this car gonna run forever almost if you're doing maintenance on time. Always the problem with used cars, nobody doing maintenance on time. So door panel, I like it. I like the design. So guys, we're gonna take it on a quick test drive, and also what I want to know from you guys, if you can put it in the comments below, if you like that kind of video, if you like those older generation cars like Mercedes, maybe BMW or Lexus, Toyotas, please let me know. That's what I like a lot. I mean, as a dealer, like I say, I always buying some cars and they are super interesting. Sometimes the car, just like this car, it's a special edition. There is a Thundercloud Lexus RX. I didn't even know this car exists until right now, and I think it's really interesting video because you're gonna be aware about this car itself, and they still exist in a great shape, and you might can buy it because, again, let's compare. So this car gonna be on the market for about 8,000–9,000, right? So what can you compare to this Lexus as a SUV, all-wheel drive, Toyota or Lexus, something about the same great quality? I'm not talking about Chevy Traverse or GMC Acadia, maybe something like that. So less than 10,000, family SUV. The one is gonna, like, not gonna last forever, but at least gonna last for several years without major problem. Gonna take you from A to B without, you know, spending a lot of time or a lot of money, and same time it's not gonna leave oil spots at your house when you're gonna park it overnight. What can you compare? Any Nissan or Infiniti maybe? Let's do the budget. Let's do the budget, 7–9,000. If we're not talking about this Lexus RX, we, for example, gonna talk about RX same RX, but maybe like 200,000 miles or even 250,000 miles in a great shape. Can you again compare that car to something else, but more mileage you're gonna buy for around 5,000, or even sometimes you might gonna find a deal for 4,000. Is it worth it to buy it or not? From my point of view, from my understanding, if I want to buy the SUV for the family or for myself, I want to do a lot of stuff at the house, you know, I want to drive it to work, or maybe take it on a weekend somewhere, maybe somewhere on the top of the hills, especially when it's snowing in California. Would I buy the Lexus RX all-wheel drive? For sure I would. You know why? Because I cannot see right now any other choice. 9,000, 8,000, 7,000, 10,000, nothing. Just simply nothing. But look how quiet this car goes. We're driving 40, 45 miles. Isn't it amazing? I think it is. And this guy was gonna try to hit me right now. We pass him, it's okay. So the steering control, suspension, the engine, I cannot even hear the engine. When you start it up, you're only gonna hear the starter noise, and after that, that's it. Quiet. AC right now it's working. We have like 85 outside, and AC in a super low position, so it's not gonna be affecting the sound of my video. But I'm not feeling hot. I'm feeling like normal climate control working and the sound system working. I have a backup camera, I have a xenon light, I have a navigation on top of that if my phone is gonna die, but I do know where to go, so I can use the map just to go like in a direction. For example, if I don't know the address, I know direction, I can go that way. I even have a tape, so I can use the cassette tape. That's insane. I like it. To be honest with you, I like this car a lot. Alright guys, so I got this beautiful car. That's 2005 Lexus RX330, and it's all-wheel drive, fully optioned for that year. And what's more interesting about this car, it is a special edition. And to be honest with you, I didn't know it's kind of special edition, and only 6,500 cars made. It's called Thundercloud, Lexus RX Thundercloud. If you never heard about it, me neither. I mean, it's the first time I see the car like that, and it's a low mileage. It's one owner, 100,000 miles for 2005. It's a super low mileage. And this car, I just got it from the detail shop, and it's so good, it's so clean. I just have to make a video about it. I just have to. Otherwise, how are you gonna know there is such a nice car exists in Los Angeles right now in 2024? No way until I'm gonna make this video and post it for you guys. Let's see right now.